Hello and welcome to my first Overwatch video guide. So this will be a very quick tips and tricks with Brigitte. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I could be wrong. But all right, the first one is probably the most useful. You can increase the distance you shield charge with. So let's stand here and just shield charge. So we go from this to this. But if you jump and shield charge, you get a little bit more distance. And then of course, if you jump while moving in shield charge, you can get even more distance. So notice the difference. So this is a shield charge from end to end. This was with a jump. This is with jumping and moving. And you can also add height to go even further. So this is extremely useful for positioning. And you can also go from high ground to high ground. So if you're like on top of like that, for example, you can shield charge over to there. So it's really useful for positioning and in doing stuff like this. So you're coming around like a corner from high ground. So the second tip is you can do a basic attack into your shift attack. So you can stack damage. This is really useful for finishing enemies off and dealing burst damage. So you can hit them with an attack and immediately L shift. It came out pretty fast. You might have not even noticed it, but there it is. You can also reposition. So like, let's say you come in for a hit, back up L shift, so you're able to deal more burst damage to compress your damage by combining a normal attack with your L shift. You can also, this is the third tip, you can shield charge and then immediately attack, or immediately attack and then shield charge. So something like this to compress your damage. And then finally, you can combine all three to do the best burst damage that Brigitte has access to. So you do like basic attack, shield charge, L shift, or you can even basic attack, L shift into the shield charge. By doing this, you can get pretty consistent good damage off and actually just like kind of dive at dudes and like kill them pretty quickly. I use this often. Like I'll just kind of be like with my team healing them, hanging out around a corner, and then I'll just like charge in and just like kill a healer out of nowhere. It's very useful. It adds a lot of pressure, especially if your team follows you in. Another thing you can do, she can't really damage at range aside from her L shift, so you kind of want to be mindful. This will be the fifth tip. You want to be mindful of like the range you can L shift at, so you can like hit dudes at range and push them back. This can be useful for just like retreating or advancing. Just kind of just hit a dude around a corner, so that way you're safe. You can also contribute to damage somewhat. But all right, so here's the tips again. Jumping and moving, and also jumping from height elevation. So like, for example, from here, it's really nice with the shield charge for increasing the distance you can travel. You can stack damage off of a basic attack by quickly using L shift. You can stack damage with shield charge. And then for the biggest burst, you can do a basic hit into L shift, shield charge, or you could like shield charge, hit, and then L shift to stack some damage. So pretty useful, pretty good. And then also while you're attacking things, you should be healing your allies. So if you're like going to town, you should like quickly try to find things that need healed in between attacks, which is pretty nice. Something you should be doing. It's like that. So like, let's say you're fighting these dudes down here and you know your team's back here taking damage. You can like jump around, be crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for these basic tips and tricks for Brigitte. Pretty fun hero. I think it's probably my favorite character in the game right now. Very dynamic, very good damage, very good team support. Also mitigation from the shield, pretty useful. You can mitigate a few shots for your team, heal them. So yeah, that's it for this one. Definitely like and subscribe if you enjoyed this or found this useful. Also drop a comment, let me know what you think, and peace.